Confidence-wise, the last couple of results, what's it done for the team?
Yeah, a lot of it, to be fair. Even leading into the Man City game, we had a meeting after the Newcastle game and sort of cleared the air a little bit, and then since then the training's been a lot livelier and the lads have been full of confidence.
What about Mike Phelan? What impact has he had?
Yeah, it's been good. Some of his training methods are slightly different and the lads have bought into his ideas, and we're enjoying training at the minute. And as the manager said, sometimes it's nice to just hear a different voice around the place and different ideas, and we seem to be getting the benefits from that.
QPR this weekend, Chris Ramsey is someone you know pretty well. He's giving you some high praise this week. He's talked about you being one of the best players technically in England, if not in Europe.
Well, it's a compliment, and obviously Chris is well respected within the game. It's a surprise he hasn't moved into management before, to be honest, but I know working with him at Tottenham and what a lot of the younger lads said, that as a coach he's one of the best they've worked with.
Do you think he'll make a success as a manager?
Yeah, I think he can do. He's got all the qualifications behind him, and even though it probably hasn't been at the first team level, he's gained a lot of experience behind the scenes with the youth development and things like that, and Tottenham seem to be reaping the rewards from him at the minute.
And he'll know quite a few of the players here at Hull from his days at Tottenham.
Yeah, he'll have a bit more of an insight into us than a lot of managers, but again, with the modern game, there's a lot of video analysis and things like that, so people can get all the videos if they need them.
Can I ask you about Luis Figo? This week he's launched his manifesto for the FIFA presidency. He's talked about changing the offside law so that it reverts to the old law, and also the possibility of sin bins. What are your views on that?
I think the offside one gets a bit complicated every year because it changes, but I think the sin bin can be quite a good idea, to be honest. If some tackles you see them and by the letter of the law they're probably a red card, but in reality they probably shouldn't be. So I think the sin bin one could be quite an interesting idea.
From a player's point of view, is the offside law too complicated?
No, I think if they just stick to one for a number of years and people gradually get used to it, I think possibly the old school one, if someone's offside and they're 40 yards to the side, then it shouldn't be given offside if the ball goes straight in. But obviously he's got to have his points of view for taking over FIFA, and if he's gone with that, then fair play to him.
Well, Tom, the manager said, and you alluded to it, you had cleared the air talks after the Newcastle United game. What kind of things were said? No,
just what everyone demands of each other, and we'd let ourselves down, especially the West Ham and Newcastle game where we conceded one goal, then before we knew it was 3-0 down and out of the game. Just a case of getting the resilience back and everyone fighting for each other, and I think the Man City game and the Aston Villa game, we got back to that.
And how similar do you see the QPR game and what's at stake from the Villa game? You know, I don't want to use the cliche six-pointer, but you know what I mean when I say that.
Yeah, no, it is very important. I think the Villa game was massive after getting decent draws away from home. Earlier on in the season, we went on to lose the next game, so that was vital to continue the progression and get a victory at home. And QPR is no different. We've got to be beating teams in and around ourselves, and we need to start winning more games at home. So it's a perfect opportunity for that.
The setup's been a bit different as well, because obviously we've gone back to the 3 at the back or the 5 at the back, whichever way you want to call it. And that's a system that seems to work well for Hull City. I mean, how do you feel working in that sort of arrangement? Yeah,
the last couple of games it's worked very well. I think Robbie Brady and Al Mohammadi in that system have been vital because they can bomb on and they're sort of the only width in the team. And it gives the manager a chance to play 2 up top, which the 4 lads that have played up top in the 2 games have done very well.
Well, since you've arrived, there's been a long line of players coming into Hull City, and the latest, which is Darmen Ndoye, and I just wondered, I mean, obviously he had the dream debut of dream start anyway. He came on obviously at Man City, but I just wonder what he's like in training and how you're finding getting along with him.
Yeah, he's been good. He speaks good English, so that's always kind of an icebreaker, and it gets easier to talk to him. But as you said, his Aston Villa performance was, as a complete striker, was one of the best I've seen, I think, especially for his debut.
His English, you say, is all right, so everybody's conversing with him all right?
Yeah, his English is fine. Obviously, he's got a fellow countryman in Mo Diarmi around the place, so that probably makes him feel a little bit more at ease. But no, his English is very good, so it's easy to have a chat with him.
Good. I mean, the disappointment for this week, obviously, is that you've no Mo Diarmi alongside you. We don't know who might not have fitted in to that system, but that must be a bit of a hammer blow for everyone.
Yeah, it is a blow. Mo came in and he's been brilliant since he's been there. Obviously, he's been unlucky with the injury, but as I said earlier, if he misses the next 10 days or whatever, but he's fully fit for the rest of the season, then that's a positive thing.
I was speaking to Mike Dawson earlier in the week, and I said, you didn't come here, Mike, and to expect to be in a relegation battle, but you are. But do you, Tom, feel that you've got enough in the building to get over the line? Yeah,
I think we have, definitely. As you say, we've got players like Mo coming back from injury, Liam Rosenior, and players like that. So it's all to strengthen the squad and give the manager selection headaches. But the players that have got the shirt, we need to fight to keep it and keep picking up results, and none more so than at home.
And you drew a goal?
Overdue a goal, yeah. Hopefully that can come at the weekend, but as long as we keep winning, I'm not too fussed.
You're going to take a penalty if you get an opportunity in the way that Balotelli took one yesterday?
I haven't seen the Balotelli one, but after my one in Europe, I don't think I'll be first up in the queue.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.